Angelina. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thank you for coming and talking to New Beauty about your personal experience with treatments during your GLP-1 weight loss journey. And this is such an important topic. There's 1 in 8 Americans currently on a GLP-1, and we know from our research that a large majority are wanting to have treatments during and after their weight loss journey. So thank you for talking to us about this.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of my passions because I get to speak to patients all day long. I'm a surgical coordinator for Dr. Russo, who's a board certified plastic surgeon in Newton. And so, I'm answering the phone, I'm talking to patients about this, and it's something that men, women alike are wanting to learn more information about.
And you're in this unique position because you have all of the treatments at your fingertips. In terms of what you've had done, can you talk about which treatments you've had and in what areas of the body?
A few of the things that I've done was liposuction with NewBeauty, which is a skin tightening device. That was what kind of kicked off my journey to start. That's when I waited a few months and I was like, you know what? I think I want to do more. I always yo-yoed with my weight for about 20 years. And it was something that, affected me. I was always the friend that was bigger, and I was always, granted, in this industry, to have a round face keeps you looking more youthful. So I'm happy for that. But I always just wanted to improve my body, and I killed myself at the gym, and I just always would gain the weight back. And so starting the GLP-1s was something that I would consider a lifesaver. And adding in additional treatments like RF microneedling with Silfirm, doing treatments like ultra clear pouring, and treatments like Sculptra and filler have enhanced my results beyond what I ever thought I could get to. I'm so happy, and I just think that, when I look at my journey, being able to try all of these different devices and see how they work for me has been one of the best parts of it all.
I think a lot of people can relate to this experience of just, going to the gym, going on diets, trying everything. And now there's something that's actually finally working. How much did you lose?
It ended up being a total of 50 pounds.
50 pounds. And that's a lot. So we hear about Ozempic face. We hear about Ozempic body. That's a new buzzy term.
Yeah.
But really, when you're losing weight, a lot of us, I've lost 50 pounds also. A lot of us lose weight in our face first. Your skin has been stretching while you've been gaining weight. And as you lose weight, you have a little extra excess skin on your stomach, on your arms. So where did you have the Sculptra? Where did you have the microneedling? And how are your results?
Oh, well, my results are amazing. I've had Sculptra in my neck, tech neck, and I recently just had a treatment 3 days ago. So I think I'm looking pretty good for 3 days ago injection. Anytime you have an injection, there's always risk for bruising. I feel like, normally bruises last a week and a half. It just depends on your body. One of the easiest procedures I've ever done. I don't know why I waited so long to do it, but it stimulates your own collagen, and I feel like I've seen a real difference in my neck.
You've also had Renuvion and liposuction. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, I always had a round face, and I always just had that hereditary double chin and some jowling. And so Dr. Russo did liposuction on my jawline, helped with my jowling, and did liposuction on my neck. My face shape has changed to like more of a feminine, heart-shaped, which I feel like is what we're all trying to achieve.
You mentioned ultra clear laser coring. What is that procedure and where did you have it done?
Ultra clear laser coring is a device that uses a new type of laser. It's called a fiber laser, and it fires a little bit faster than the other lasers that are out there. And it basically is firing into the same area and kind of creating a core. I
Right.
did that on my neck and I did it on my abdomen. And my results were really amazing. I was really surprised. I wasn't sure how it was going to compete with other coring devices. And that's kind of a new thing that's happening, this new term of coring,
Yeah.
manual coring, laser coring. It's definitely going to be all the buzz for 2025.
And it's actually removing or, taking out a little small amount, minuscule amount of the skin, right? And then
Correct.
your skin sort of retracts and gets tighter as it
Mhm.
heals.
Yep.
And where'd you have the microneedling done? That was Silfirm X, right?
Yes, I think that that is just the best treatment that we could offer to patients. I mean, the downtime, it doesn't hurt. Like it's amazing. You're creating a controlled injury to the skin, which then your body kind of signals send everything it's got to help heal. And the tightening, with a series of 3 to 4 treatments is just amazing. I did it on my arms. I did it to prep for, I was in a wedding. I wanted my arms to look nicer. This is an area that I've gotten a lot of laxity with. So I treated my arms, my lower face and neck, and my abdomen. And I will never stop doing that treatment. That's something that I'm going to do as maintenance over
Right.
over the years.
And with all of these treatments, you've avoided having any major surgical procedure, right?
Correct. Yes. Everything was non-surgical. Everything had minimal downtime and didn't really hurt, which is what people want to know. How much
Right.
does it hurt? Does it work? And so by being able to try these different devices, I find that I can guide patients to the right direction for what their journey is. There's no one size fits all with these types of procedures. So
And that's a good point because you are helping other people and that you're seeing their journeys. And when should we be looking at, skin tightening treatments? Should you wait till you have reached your goal weight, or is it good to do these things throughout your journey?
I definitely feel like the sooner the better that you can start. You with the GLP-1s, people get a little bit scared thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to lose all this weight so fast." You actually don't want to lose weight like that fast, and you don't lose weight fast with GLP-1s. It's a progress. Over time you lose weight, and your body's going to start kind of changing, as you go on. It's a gradual weight loss. I would say after the first 3 weeks that you've been on it, I would start making a plan on what your non-surgical treatments are going to look like.
Yeah, I think it's hard to miss some of the side effects when you see it in the mirror every day. And, it's good for people to know you can do something about it, not let it affect your journey or your self-esteem or make you not want to continue on your medication.
Right. I
Yeah.
think the one thing I hear the most from patients is, "I just want to feel better in my clothing." And I hear it day in and day out. And it's like, listen, this is going to change your life. It really is.
Perfect. Well, thank you for sharing your journey and your treatment plan with us. This has been great. And let's talk to Dr. Russo.
Perfect.
Hi, Dr. Russo. How are you?
I'm well, Tatiana. How are you today?
Great. Thank you for talking to me today. I think this is such an important topic and it's not talked about enough. There's people all over Facebook groups talking about skin laxity. What do I do about my arms? What do I do about my stomach? How do you approach treating patients who are undergoing these weight loss injections?
Yeah, it's an excellent question. And we get this stuff all the time. And we're obviously learning as we're getting more experience with these drugs and some of the ways of preventing the, post-Wegovy or Ozempic phase. But basically, the idea is that when you're losing weight, your body is kind of starving, right? So it's going to burn whatever it can for calories to keep you going. So we want it to burn the fat. But we really don't want it to do anything to your skin and your collagen and your hyaluronic acid and your elastin. So you've got to take certain measures to kind of preserve and protect that. So the concept of the GLP weight loss is really nice because it's a slow, gradual weight loss. Because I think, as you pointed out earlier in one of the previous recordings, um, you don't want rapid weight loss because you want that skin to have a chance to shrink back down, right? And so if you have these really rapid weight loss, like people who've had gastric bypass and all that sort of stuff, they're just like literally sitting there with hanging skin, like you take an apron of skin and bring it up and down. But these weight loss programs are really slow, deliberate. Like I was on mine, I think, for like 6 months, right? I think I lost about 25 pounds or so. And it was a huge start with, but it really made a big difference for me because it was gradual and slow. I didn't see that many changes in my skin, but we're trying to take preemptive charge of maintaining the skin elasticity and volume by doing some of the things I think you're going to ask me about shortly.
Yeah. So we were just talking about microneedling treatments and all these different non-surgical options that are out there. What makes something like microneedling or ultrasound therapy really effective when you're trying to keep your skin tight during your weight loss?
Sure. So normally, as we go through life, our body is turning over collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid. So meaning that it's like, I look at like the U.S. Mint. Like you bring in the old dollars to the mint, you burn all the old dollars, and you put out new dollars. And there's a balance. Like as much as you put in is what you get out. But as you get older, that breakdown continues at a certain rate, but your ability to produce kind of falls off. So there's a
Right.
net loss of all these things over time. So your skin gets thinner, you lose volume, it gets less elastic, it starts to sag. All these things are happening. So microneedling with radio frequency, ultrasound treatments like soft wave, all do the same thing. They create controlled injury, as Angelina would say, and that injury turns your body's collagen making machine on. So instead of that collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid falling off, you're stimulating it so that you're actually increasing its production, keeping the skin plump, elastic, and hydrated.
When it comes to, they call it Ozempic face, but hollowing in the face when you're losing weight and for a lot of people, that's the first place they see it. How do you decide which injectables you're going to use? How do you decide between Juvederm, Restylane, Sculptra? What's your approach?
Yeah, all these products work and they're all good, but also realize that people are different and that some people can have tremendous amounts of weight loss and their facial volume doesn't change. Other people might have a relatively small weight loss and it looks like they have been starving. The point is that everyone's different. So based upon what you see, you can treat particular areas of the face with different products. Remember, each of these products are more or less designed for specific areas of your face. For example, there are specific products for the cheek. There are ones that are specific for the jawline and the chin. The ones that are really great for the under eye. So based upon the area where you see the majority of the loss, and for most people, it's the cheeks and sort of the jawline and sort of the neck. But other things you mentioned, like Sculptra, isn't really a filler, but it kind of goes back to that first category. It's what's called a biostimulator. So it stimulates your body to make its own collagen. And also you have to take into account some of these products last a lot longer than others. So if you're looking at a fairly long weight loss program, you're going to want to choose products that are, on the longer end of the spectrum in terms of their longevity.
How long does Sculptra last?
The studies that were done initially with the Sculptra launch showed that at about 2.5 years, 78% of people were still pretty happy. So we can claim that it lasts at least 2 years, perhaps certainly longer. And the idea is that because it's stimulating your body to make its own collagen, rather than me injecting, a relatively foreign product, which is going to break down faster, your body recognizes the collagen from the Sculptra as something that's supposed to be there, so it lasts long.
What's the most important things that patients should keep in mind when they're navigating through all of these aesthetic treatments?
Yeah. I think one of the most important things is to be preemptive, right? So we know certain things are going to happen to you. And when you start to see volume loss in your face or start to see volume loss in your cheeks or your neck or even if the skin itself starts to change and starts to look sort of not so great, that's the time to act. You don't want to wait until you're at the end of your weight loss journey and you look like a sad, hanging skin person when that could have been avoided. And as you heard with Angelina, she was very proactive and she actually did some of that poring and some of the removing of the skin. And she's got great skin to begin with, so it was, a bit easier for her. But to be sort of proactive and aggressive early on is going to get you a lot more than if you wait till it's all saggy. And trying to fix them just takes a lot more work, and you may never get to the point where you would have gotten if you'd started earlier.
Amazing. I think it's so important to know too, you're a plastic surgeon. So I would think, okay, go get a tummy tuck, go have, your arm skin removed but you're advocating for non-surgical. So I think that that's a really important thing to take note of. And I think if people are proactive, like you say, maybe they might not need to have surgery.
That's right. All the non-invasive, when I first started 3 years ago now, all we could offer patients surgery or no surgery. Those are the only things I had for you. But, there was really no laser. There was no neurotoxins. There were no fillers. There was no radio frequency. All the things you are asking about today didn't really exist. And the technology is evolving so rapidly that I can certainly foresee a day where very few people will actually ever use faceless because, look at this modern generation. People in their 20s and 30s are not like waiting till they get old and trying to look young, which is really hard to do. They're all saying, oh my God, I see this wrinkle. I'm 25. I got to get rid of it. So they're going to stay young. They're going to live till they're 100. You'll never know how old someone is. And they'll live healthy, happy lives. And, there'll always be a role for surgery because there's always going to be patients that just sort of fall outside of that sort of bell curve where no matter what you do, they just don't have the genetics, if you will, to sustain it and they'll need surgery. But I think you'll see these non-invasives are just going to blow up like they are now, even to a greater extent because the technology is going to be so amazing that we'll be shrinking and tightening skin like when you shrink wrap something, it'll be like
Well, I think it's important for people to know there's stuff out there that they can try and that they don't have to be hiding their, lax skin and going on Facebook groups and asking everybody, what do I do about this? There's stuff you can do about it. So
there's so much being done and so much is available for the face,
yeah.
But really the next frontier is the body. Because that's what I'm focusing on right now. I'm doing a lot of body stuff because there's such a huge need and there really aren't a lot of good things. There's some really new technologies that have just come out and are coming out in the next few years that will be addressing all the body stuff.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Russo. This has been great and super informative.
My pleasure, Tatiana. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.